Man, I say, whoa now, world. Once again, it's your boy, the Toothless Wonder, reporting live from the Bamboozled Again News Network. And I ain't really got nothing to talk about. These just going to be free-flowing thoughts. I'm actually on my way back to the Ponderosa to take me a harmonious nap, having accomplished a few things. Cool. Check that off the tag, the checklist, you know what I mean? But I was just sitting here thinking, I know it's more to life than my perspective, even though I try to broaden my perspective and, put myself in other people's shoes and, understand, be empathetic or attempt to understand how people think, move, operate, and myself as well, right? But in a matter of less than a week, I done hit the big time. And not in the way y'all thinking as far as like finance or social status, anything along those kind of lines of what we grade success by here in Babylon. In less than a week, I done managed to run afoul of the Jewish institutions, the sisterhood, and the practitioners of witchcraft. Shit. I feel like the Dun Dada. You know what I mean? Well, Cal, aren't you? I mean, those are very powerful institutions here in Babylon. Aren't you afraid? No. And here's why. Outside of smoking cigarettes, I actually live right. I have the moral high ground. I know that's, seems like it's not a thing in application. And it's not in a sense of legalism either. I don't want to do certain. I'm not tempted to fool with I've been, evolved, maybe in my mind, but and to actually facilitate and doing it, I'm not attracted to hoes. Yeah, they might look good carnally, but spiritually I'm turned off, so they're I'm never in jeopardy of messing up in that way, while I still maintain a diligence and, self-analysis and introspection to make sure I ain't trending that way unbeknownst to myself. You see what I'm saying? I'm not tempted to engage myself in unscrupulous business practices for the purpose of gaining finance that they're steadily devaluing every day. That's the tripping part. I see everybody selling each other out for finance, and they're making it where paper money won't have no value. So you basically did all this dirt for nothing. What else could I possibly be tempted by? And I'm not really concerned, because now when I look back over my life, especially when I was younger, right, I've been going back to my younger years, when I started perceiving certain things or not wanting to do certain stuff. I give you a case in point. Fast forward to now, I had the flu or something, right? So this is the early 90s, and I grew up kind of old-fashioned. So I'm laid on the couch, of course, grandma there. We got the couch with the plastic on it, because that's how we got down back then. During the time when it started thunderstorming, and you got to cut everything off and stop talking because God doing his work. I thought everybody did that. I didn't understand that till I went across the bridge. I'm like, all right. But I heard my mother call my name from the kitchen. So I take up all my little gusto and peel, because I'm sweating. So you stick to the couch because of plastic. So I take all my little energy. I got my liners blanket, and I strum to the kitchen. And I'll never forget this. I see my mom standing beside the wooden table. There's a glass of water, a napkin with a white dot on it. So I look down at the table, look at mine. I look back down the table, look back at mine, say, what's that? She said, it's a pill, it's going to make you feel better. My response, I don't want to feel better. I get better on my own. Now, fast forward, modern medicine, maybe not surgeries or the advances they made there, but what they give you to treat, quote unquote, your illness, it's the new drug dealer with a lab coat. I think America per capita has the most people on antidepressants, even though this society is depressing. But none of these practitioners, and I understand why, because of the structure they're employed by. I give you a case in point. I'm working at the sex club masquerading as a rehab, right? And I think the guy was German, actually. So he's coming off of, smack, opium, heroin, whatever they categorize heroin now. I guess it's all fentanyl now. So I got to round everybody up and get them for group. So for whatever reason, my spidey sense was tingling before I knew what his situation was. And I just kind of fanned him out. I said, man, I'm going to let cuz lay. I ain't even going to fuck with him. So then later on, in hearsay, I'd come to discover that he was out of commission because he's coming off of heroin, or the artist formerly known as that, and he's refusing to take maintenance drugs. He wants to go through a cold turkey. I said, he a G in the game. So from then on out, whenever, and then they were like pressuring him to take the meds and all this. So they would, threaten to kick him out. He's not compliant. You know what I'm saying? So whenever it'd be group time and I would, check the room and see him laid up, I wouldn't even write down he missed group. You know what I'm saying? So unless the councilwoman who did the group wrote down that he was missing, he was just off the grid at that point. That goes by about a couple days. I come to work probably about 3 days later, or on the third day. I said he back upright. He got the glow in his eyes. Man, I dapped him up. I said, cuz, you a real one, cuz, man. Bring it in one time. Huh. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, man, I ain't taking that stuff. Here's what's crazy, though. I say that to say this. Okay, I smoke cigarettes, right? That's like, okay, I want to quit, which I do. But that's like me going to the doctor who's going to subscribe me something to curb my cravings for nicotine. But the thing he's giving me will be actually harder to get off of and cause more physical pain and withdrawals than the cigarettes I'm already smoking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just so tripped out off of, like, now, in the word it talks about these folk making these crafty arguments, but upon introspection, don't hold weight. You see what I'm saying? Like this term they got now in the so-say recovery world of harm reduction. Now, granted, just because I believe a certain thing, you can believe what you want. I'm not saying because I have a certain opinion, you got to think the way I think. But here's why I think the way I think. To me, when you break it down to the molecule, harm reduction, which is code word for them allowing maintenance drugs into treatment and say you're so-say still abstinent in recovery, quote unquote, whatever the case may be. The reason for that is, or the breakdown of that is, harm reduction means I go backwards slower, but I'm still not able to, get my feet underneath me to then move forward. You see what I'm saying? Well, if you hit the smack and you've been clean for them, you might die. That'd be like if I knew I was in a situation where if I smoke one more cigarette again, I might die for whatever craving I might have. I don't feel like leaving Earth yet. I don't need no cigarette that bad. You see what I'm saying? But they make these crafty arguments to put you on something that's actually harder to get off of than the original smack itself. So why would they do that, Cal? Because them doctors and practitioners get a financial kickback from the pharmaceutical industry to subscribe you that stuff. That's why they push it on you. Or they'll have you they'll word in a way where, you sure you don't want, what I mean? And then they say it very, calmly, very reassuring, you know what I'm saying? But I've seen people miss their dose and can't move. You see what I'm saying? And long term, it mess your teeth up, mess your bone. That's why everybody in Baltimore bent over at a perpendicular angle because of the methadone and all the maintenance drugs. You see what I'm saying? Instead of, like myself as well, instead of just going through the pain of withdrawal and being clear of it. And I can apply that to myself in a few areas. Not wanting to go through the uncomfortability. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm ready to start leaning towards it because it's kind of blocking, if I want to get to the next level, I got to get uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I've done that to a certain point with a whole lot of other stuff. But now it's one more hurdle to jump. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm just tripping out these folks. And to be honest with you, like the Pastor Troy song, I want war. You know what I'm saying? Because evil only prevails when good men do nothing. And I'm well versed, by looking at the history of the tactics they use and, you know what I mean, defame your character, try to set you up, depending on who you is or how much influence you got, they go ahead and try to line you up. You know what I'm saying? Like all the people who I identify or I found inspirational were freedom fighters or people who spoke truth to power or those who put themselves in harm's way for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to the folk that say, give me liberty or give me death? You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel kind of constricted in the society because there's so many impositions. You know what I'm saying? Man, you're not going to make me do nothing. And I know what you're making me attempt to do ain't going to help me do nothing. I'm just bowing down to people who are parasitical. Nah, my spirit don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? As much as my mind might be like, just do it, or it'll be easier on you, or woo-to-woo, my spirit won't allow me to do it. Like my last day at the job, I only had one more day. If I could have made it them 8 hours, I'd had 2 days off, and then I could have, reset myself or whatever the case may be. So my brain's saying, yo, you can get through these 8 hours, Kyle. You need the money. Woo-to-woo-to-woo. My spirit wouldn't allow my legs to move. I was paralyzed in the car until I made a phone call, come pick these keys up. You know what I'm saying? Now what you gonna do? I don't know, but I ain't finna do that. And just like everything else, I'll discover it along the journey. But I'm not bound down to nothing. Just like here it is, I guess they're ramping up, the rhetoric on monkeypox. Seems like every 4 years, they always come. It's like the same thing happened every election cycle. They always got some new disease that's floating around out of a lab, and they blame it on some foreign country or the origin of it. If you notice, every 4 years, some black person gets shot by the cops, and they televise it like a syndicated snuff film for all to see. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Like Jigga Man said, all I see is life cycle just repeating itself. And then here it is, like I remember doing, what we say, I guess I gotta watch what I say on here. When the last pandemic was out, and they harness all this fear, and you know what I'm saying? If you had your own opinion about it, you were putting people's lives at jeopardy. And then after everybody got zapped up, the only people who get it are those who are zapped up. The only people who never got sick is me and the homeless population and the Amish. But I like to believe, and then you notice, like all these athletes start having heart attacks who got zapped up. You know what I'm saying? Where is this happening? Doctors can't answer. I can do it. Fuck out of here, man. Excuse my line. Man, shit whack, man. Where Pharaoh at, man? Let my people go, man. I'm on that type of time, man. I don't care about nothing else, yeah. I don't care about freedom. I care about coming up from obscurity and rising up. You know what I'm saying? Now we'll watch these various movies about, the Spartans or the Roman gladiator, and then live buck broken in real life. Man, bump that. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And I know what they're capable of. I still don't care. You know what I mean? Somebody got to do something about this shit, man. All this crap in the food to make you more docile and lazy and lethargic, and then everybody wondering why they not fulfilled. Because ain't nothing fulfilling about being no corporate slave. That's why. And now if you is the corporate, not that I'm knocking nobody with a job, don't take it like that. But a lot of times, if you don't have no higher level skill set or numerous avenues of creating income, even the back in the day, if you made $60,000 a year, you was hitting on something. Now with everything sky high, it's almost like you working minimum wage. You can't progress, so you just basically working like a dud to stop the ship from sinking. I'm of this mindset. Instead of wearing myself out to stop the ship from sinking, I'm gonna conserve my energy, let the ship sink, and learn how to swim, and then swim to a boat. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. And then you do all this to stop the ship from sinking when they want your ship to sink anyway. Now you ain't got the energy to float or you know what I'm saying, or to swim to where you need to be. They're morally what's the word I'm looking for? Degrading society, and it's supposed the sophistication of evil is permeating all avenues and institutions pertinent to life. You know what I mean? That's why I do whatever I gotta do, but best I can help it. I'm not fooling with a whole bunch of stuff out here. One, I don't find it fulfilling, and then two, somebody gonna act a fool, or somebody gonna start plotting and scheming and all that. Man, I don't have time because my patience real thin. And I understand, the weapons of our warfare aren't carnal, but they're spiritual. But I'm tired of playing. So I don't be letting nobody play with me. Not because I'm super masculine or, you know what I'm saying, anything along them lines, because everybody playing. This ain't no time for no play. That's why I'm not playing. You see what I'm saying? Like in a general sense, yeah, as far as the humanity of everyone that I come across, but in reality, whoever you think you is irrelevant to me. You see what I'm saying? There's only but so many archetypes of individuals here in America. Or let's say, I'll narrow it down to black culture. You know, you had the street/prison hustle archetype. They all pretty much do the same thing, have the same mentality, same value system. You got, I guess, the person who's very engrossed in this, the Negro, let's say the older Democratic voting Negro. You can predict their behaviors, attitudes. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell it. I'm down there like Neo in the Matrix. Even if I, like, hypothetically wanted to go to war with a group of people and I'm outnumbered, like I said before about practicing guerrilla warfare, once I identify the archetypes I'm dealing with, I know how to make y'all crash into each other. Or exploit the underlying jealousies and people's true desires. That's no different than how they infiltrate all the black movements. There's bound to be some jealousy there's bound to be some jealousy in there somewhere, or I perceive whatever your desire is for whatever it is, present that to you, and you'll blow the whole ship up by yourself. Well, I sit back, sip lemonade. You did all the work for me. I think something to that effect is in the Art of War, or the 48 Laws of Power, which I've read it. I don't operate in it, because I feel like that's on the left-hand side of things. But it's still nice still good to be knowledgeable of various things. Like at one season of life, I knew more about the occult, just trying to understand them folk. Not that I was studying to hone it or be a practitioner or such. I just want to understand what these people think. You know what I'm saying? And here's another thing for those that do that, who get all this, counterfeit power, which don't look like no power to me. Because when I see them, they all look miserable. Again, bamboozled by the first bamboozler, Satan himself, the father of all lies. Just like, if you notice, like all the attributes that he holds, like, he became, he sought to place himself above the Most High, jealousy, right? Being the father of all lies and duping Eve and duping Adam. You see what I'm saying? Manipulation, selling you fool's gold. If you notice, all these attributes now permeate society. Everybody's on this. Everybody lying bad. Everybody's has an ulterior motive. You know what I mean? For what the word. Not everybody, of course, but the vast majority. Everyone seeks to, what's the word? I guess uplift themselves more than what they are. You see what I'm saying? Everyone is cloaking themselves in some other identity for the purposes of manipulation. You see what I'm saying? His spirit, especially here, I don't know how it is other places, but especially here in Babylon, the traits of Satan are becoming more pronounced in society. That's why to me everybody look ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like their countenance is ugly to me. Even if they're physically attractive, they inside's ugly. You see what I'm saying? Like I could just see a regular woman, she ain't gotta be built like nothing, but just like the daintiness or the modesty is just so admirable to me. And not even in a lust way, in a like, wow, like I want to be in your energy way. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? The inversion of everything. He claimed to give you power, but in reality, you realize you're powerless. You know what I'm saying? And I can almost guarantee that folk have been, attempting to do like witchcraft on me and all that type of stuff like that. That come with the territory. But I don't know if it work. Because I live a life based on, God's law, statutes, commandments, and, I confess my sins and all that, to where I've been protected. That's why I ain't worried about it. Now, granted, if I step off the path or I get tempted, now I'm kind of, and I know better now, that's why I be more pronounced. Now, before I ain't know better and you still kind of covered, but now you know what I'm saying? So now you're responsible for what you know. So now you just don't get to, I don't get an off day. I don't get a day to be weak. Even though I would like to believe we all go through our bouts of weakness. but in my weakness, then he is strong. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired now. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, doing my daily tasks, but trying to, find ways to get to the next level in numerous areas and woo. But I'm cool with taking a nap. Because ultimately, it's not really my power anyway. Like, all the stuff I survived or all the stuff I skated through when I thought it was because I was so slick or so intellectual or whatever, it was God's grace and mercy. Because I guess he knew I will bring him to a point at this point where I can use him now. Where he don't care about the world. I care about the earth. But the world that's constructed on top of the earth and its ways and customs and all that, they can have all that. So there's no temptation for me to sell out, because what you going to offer me? I don't want it. Now, if they offer me, I don't know, here's your own land and 3 wives and a numerous amount of gold, I might think about it, but I still ain't going to do it, dude. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing they can tempt me with. So there's a power in, there's nothing someone can give me to get me to do something I don't want to do no way. I ain't crossing nobody out. Now, I'll stand up for what's right and I'll tell people about themselves. Not in the aspect of attempting to fault find or uplift myself and by correcting someone else. But when I do that, it's out of love. That'd be like somebody said something to me about smoking and gave me some points that I'm gonna be thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? But word up. It's real in the battlefield, baby. I just had deja vu. Wow. That was incredible. Damn. I just had deja vu about having deja vu. Like I seen the same scene twice. Wow. Hey, everything all right. Yeah, I'm going to marinate on this one. But yeah, I'm just riding down the road here, man. I just want to hop on here, man. Drop another video. Just with some free-flowing thoughts, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. And that's why I believe I've been prepped for certain stuff. That's why it took me so long. Or like when I was in Baltimore earlier on, I think like from 16 to 2000, prior to the scam-demic, as I like to call it. I'm like, why am I not making no headway? Why am I putting in all this work, but I'm not reaping any fruits of my labor? Why I see folk get stuff handed to them when I'm putting in the work and simply get nowhere? Why do I always got to deal with extended delay? Why I always got to deal with disappointment? Why every time I think, oh, this might work, and then it just falls apart somehow, some way? Why? And I still may never know why. And like Tupac said, the why might not matter. But in response to all that, I think it's given me a skill set that I didn't previously have. Like, I go through more disappointment than anybody I know. But it don't affect me like that. I just be disappointed. And I just keep trying stuff. Or, like, and like I can keep doing certain things right now. But I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to take a nap, yo. Because I notice, like, sometimes I'll attempt to force my will into stuff. And again, my will be seemingly, well-meaning, noble, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So I think in order for him to really use me, he got to break me out of stuff like what I say I want to do and don't want to do, go through, don't want to go through, deal with, don't want to deal with. But the real thing is timing. Everything happened at his time, not mine. Because like I said, and with the effort I put in, now I can still do it, but I don't have the things constructed in a way that I feel comfortable doing. I would leave the country right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm free of any kind of restrictions that would stop that. You know what I'm saying? But when I touch down, I'm trying to run around. I'm not really here on vacation. I'm here on business. I'm here to try to harness the resources of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Things that are pertinent to life and sustainability. You know what I mean? Like Frank Lucas, I'm trying to go straight to the source. I'm tired of buying coffee. I want to go straight to where the coffee beans are grown. You know what I mean? I don't want to buy a gold necklace. I want to go straight to where it's mined out the earth. You know what I'm saying? The raw material. You know what I'm saying? I want to grow rubber trees. And you know what I'm saying? Because you'd be surprised of all the things and uses of the rubber tree. And then, I don't know, I just be imagining stuff in my brain. And then somebody, try to get jiggy with me or whatever. And then I just tell my squad, stop production. Now you wondering why ain't no tires at the tire shop. Because main man wearing avatar to white folk playing with him. so he ceased production. Or he'll sell it to you if you fool with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of power. I don't know, I just be thinking. I guess growing up in the country gave me a vivid imagination. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, but the way I would set it up, like let's say I got a rubber tree company. Anybody work would have a stake in the company, like ownership. Because if you own it, to me, that would create productivity. I ain't out this corporate model of I sit at the top, make all the money, and you just barely making it. When I can't make all this money unless you do the work. So since you doing the work, you own part of this or what, you know what I'm saying? And then I can go off and do other stuff. Because now you have a vested interest in making sure the company run right. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm on the yacht in Athens and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to make all the money. Actually, money is just the vehicle to the freedom I desire. Let me wake up. You know what? I'm going to start me a chicken farm and learn how to work that joint myself. But I ain't got to worry about money because, you know what I'm saying? Or I got enough freedom. You know what? I'm going to go train with the Navy SEALs and see how I hold up. But I got the freedom. You know, like them folk who just backpack across the Swiss Alps, but they ain't necessarily got nowhere to be or no time constraint. They can just do that for like 4 months. And then when they done doing that, they can do something else or go back home. I want to live like that, man. I don't like people telling me where I got to be at. And I don't like no servitude. Now, I will serve in the sense of like, you know what I'm saying? But not servitude to no corporate mechanism. That's why eventually when I get these teeth fit, I'm going to get me some gold teeth. Well, who going to hire you with gold teeth? I ain't worried about getting hired. You know what I'm saying? Because I got enough skills, I hire my damn self. You know what I'm saying? Like the only way to make money is work for somebody else. Hey, I heard, who said this? I think the We the Chosen brother on his channel, he said it. He was like, you know, you got to realize your boss will never pay you enough to be his neighbor. You know what I mean? I'm trying to buy some land and build a house on that junk like my uncle. You know what I'm saying? Back when we used to build our own homes. Back when we had, you know, actual real life skills. That's why they took all that stuff out of school. You know, carpentry and brick masonry and all that. And then push you to get a degree that you now can't use. And if you can use it, you still in debt about six figures. And then you got wait table and DoorDash on the side for a piece of paper. That's why I don't be listening to them folk. I don't let nobody, or especially not no people, tell me how to live or what I should do or what my version of success should be. Bump that. I define that. You know what I mean? And I'm hell-bent on working towards that every day. That's one of the reasons why I still stay sober. Because I can't get to that point if I done relapse. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to become one of the greatest Negroes of all time. You know what I'm saying? One of them, you know, not rags to riches, but one of them stories like of a phoenix rising from the ashes and the ruins. You know what I'm saying? To become even stronger than before he got destroyed in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Most definitely. I rack my brain. I dream about it. I breathe it in. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, we need these type of brothers or just these type of men to combat what's coming. Now, I think we all know what it's hitting for. And even if we don't intellectually know, we can feel something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Or you can stick your head in the sand and hope it be all right. But hope in and of itself, I don't think that's ever gotten anybody nowhere. Now, hope with some effort, that's something different. Hope with some faith, that's something different. But just blind hope, like, I hope my woman ain't cheating on me, even though I see all this behavior out that would lead me to believe so. No, that don't work. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving an analogy. You know what I'm saying? Hope, hell of a drug. But hope ain't gonna lead you nowhere. I hope I eat today. Or I hope I eat today with the faith if I put in some effort, I'll have me some chicken by the end of the night. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's part of it too, with all these social programs. Like, okay, say they just take food stamp completely off, you know what I'm saying? No more food stamp. Now the initial shock will hit everybody. But the way your brain works, you'd be surprised how your brain will shift out of necessity. Oh man, ain't no food. Next thing you know, wait a minute, I think my uncle got an old fishing lure. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I live right next to some water, yeah. Like, that'll just come to your brain, yeah. It's like we're in this space where we can't survive, or like almost a quasi Stockholm syndrome. I don't think I can survive, so I begin to empathize with my oppressor. Whoa, now. Nah, I don't empathize with none of that. I want free. I'm gonna figure out how to hit a rabbit in the head with a rock rather than you just give me scraps. You know what I'm saying? But that be part of it too, though. Which I'm not no grandiose type of guy, but I'm noticing, certain quote unquote attacks. Because a lot of times I'm even hidden from my own self. Sometimes I'm amazed at the influence I have. You know what I'm saying? Like with the video about the sex club people and all that. Quite a few people, I guess it's circulating through the algorithm, or people are sharing it, within those 7 degrees of separation. And, for whatever hate I get or whatever the case may be, a plethora of people, you my hero. Oh, you were spitting nothing but the truth. Oh, you inspired me. Oh, yeah, somebody got to stand up to him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do it for, man. Because every time I do it for my hood. I'm just on here rambling, man. Let's just damn hope. Let's keep the faith. And let's keep pressing forward. And on that note, I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Ooh, ah.